Hello, my beautiful people. You're welcome to my channel. I'm sorry I kept you waiting. I was a bit down. So, in today's episode of Jhanak did the impossible. She took up the form of goddess Duva and fought for her love. She said in the front of the entire family that she is Mr. Aniru's wife and have the right to be with him. My dear, you need to listen through this episode to get the full drama. With that said, let's start today's video.
The episode begins with Jhanak holding a flower. The priest tells her he's worried about her and asks if she's feeling better. She says yes. He then tells her to bring her husband for blessings once he recovers. Jhanak promises to come with him and asks the priest to pray for his health. He comforts her, saying her husband will be fine soon. Jhanak leaves. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Choto is upset. He says that everyone is ignoring Anirudh's condition and acting like they don't care. Shubh interrupts, saying Anirudh is his son. Bablu scolds Shubh for being selfish. Aditya criticized the family, saying they are only creating drama and that the city doesn't belong to them. He defends Janak's right to be there. Bipasha says she spoke to Arshi and asked her to come, but Arshi refused, believing Anirudh is pretending to be sick. She mocks Aditya, who stays calm. Bablu gets angry and tells her not to say such things about Anirudh's health. He tells Lal to control his wife and teach her manners. Aditya explains that the city's best heart specialist is working on Anirudh. He says Anirudh's condition is very serious and the operation is risky. They need to wait until he becomes stable. Just then, Jhanak arrives and calls out to Choto. She notices everyone around and is quickly met with anger. Shubh and Tanuja start yelling at her. Shubh blames Jhanak for everything. Bablu tells him to prove it or stop making accusations. Jhanak speaks up bravely. She says she isn't afraid of anyone and can handle her own problems. She asks what they really want from her. Lal tells her to leave the hospital immediately. Aditya protests, saying the hospital isn't anyone's private property. Lal says he doesn't want to speak with them anymore. Aditya stands his ground, saying he will support what is right. Bipasha taunts him, claiming that Jhanak is his girlfriend. Jhanak argues with Bipasha and Tanuja. She says Anirudh is her husband, and no one can erase that truth. Tanuja refuses to accept it. Jhanak continues, saying that she came to the city because her husband needed her. She explains that she prayed for him and wants to touch the flower to his forehead. She says she won't stay long. Elsewhere, Appu is sad, thinking Anirudh has left. Lalo comforts her. Gimli asks if he is leaving for work. Appu asks if he has to go now. Lalo says yes. He has a meeting. He shows her pictures of the Durga Puja lights and promises to show her everything later. Back at the hospital, Shubh calls management. The hospital staff tells him to calm down. A woman says Anirudh was admitted just in time, and they can't allow unnecessary visitors. Shubh argues that Jhanak is not part of the family. Then the doctor arrives. Choto asks about Anirudh's condition. The doctor says they call the best heart doctor, but he believes it's too dangerous to operate right now. Anirudh's condition is very unstable. Jhanak pleads to meet Anirudh. Tanuja refuses, saying Jhanak will cause his death. She insists Anirudh already has a wife and claims Jhanak is mentally unstable for thinking she's his wife. Shubh also calls her a liar. Jhanak warns them not to push her. She reminds them that many people believe in her relationship with Anirudh and questions their care for him. She says they failed to take care of Anirudh when she was gone. But now she's back. Crying, she says Anirudh is my husband and only mine. Bablu then asks Choto to take Jhanak inside, saying a miracle might happen. Shubh blocks her path. Jhanak angrily confronts him. She says she respected him as her husband's father, but now she sees him as a greedy liar. She scolds him harshly. Meanwhile, Jimli tells Appu to eat something, but Appu doesn't want Lalo to go. Lalo promises to help the others and sort out a work issue. Then he gets a call and receives good news. He starts dancing, making Appu happy. She asks if Anirudh is coming back. Back at the hospital, Aditya tells them to call the police if they want, but says Jhanak should be allowed to go. Shubh says it's all nonsense. Bipasha says Jhanak can't go in. Suddenly, the flower falls from her hand. Jhanak picks it up and says they didn't insult her, but insulted the goddess. She hopes Anirudh won't suffer because of them. She prays they regret their actions. Bipasha is furious, and Tanuja tells others to stop Jhanak. Choto tells them they are overreacting. He says there's nothing wrong with Jhanak wanting to touch the flower to Anirudh. Aditya supports her, saying Anirudh once did the same for Jhanak and she recovered. He believes it's God's wish to bring them together. Shubh mocks him, but Aditya stands firm. Tanuja insists Jhanak won't go to her son. Shubh asks Lal to call the police. Choto mocks Shubh and refuses to leave. A hospital staff member tells them to go to the visiting room and says he will discharge the patient. Shubh objects. The doctor says no one can go inside, not even Jhanak. But she pleads again. Tanuja refuses. Jhanak begs her, saying she'll leave the city if needed. Tanuja scolds her and pushes her. Jhanak falls to the ground. Aditya and Choto rush to her. Jhanak says she begged them with love, but now she has to fight. She picks up a trishul and threatens them. Tanuja sees a divine power in Jhanak and gets scared. Jhanak warns them to stay away, then gently puts the trishul down and picks up the flower again. She scolds everyone and walks away as they watch in shock. Meanwhile, Jimli and Lalo encourage Appu to eat. Lalo says he's feeling good because something positive is about to happen. Appu smiles. At the hospital entrance, a nurse stops Jhanak. She says Jhanak has already caused enough drama. Jhanak warns that she will fight again if needed. Another staff member scolds her, but Jhanak insists she is Anirudh's wife. The nurse says someone else is listed as the wife. Jhanak says not everything is as it seems and convinces them to let her in. Elsewhere, Appu is looking for a toy. Anuradha arrives, finds it, and gives her medicine. Finally, Jhanak reaches Anirudh's room. She remembers their wedding. The doctor warns her not to do anything that might excite the patient. He assures her they are doing their best to save him.